called this video Returning the Indian FTR to the Track because a couple of weeks back Indian announced that with the change in the ruling to production-based motors, the current Indian FTR that races in the flat track won't be competing going forward. We still don't know whether Indian will compete next year in a different way, shape or form. Hope to hear something soon, and seriously do hope they continue in some way. Big fan of flat track and motorcycle racing in general. And I'm definitely not going to put this FTR on the track today, way beyond my skill level. What I do want to do though is this FTR is finally finished. And I can hear Mrs. DBM just off camera going, bullshit. But I did. I've finished the mods I want to do, and I want to do a bit of a shakedown. I've also got a video within a video. I'm running up to Daytona Indian today for something else. I thought it was a good idea to shake down the bike and go to Daytona racetrack while we're up there. See if we can get close, get some pictures in front of the speedway. Good reason to get out and ride bikes, as if we needed one, right? But let me just quickly, before we head off, talk about some of the mods I've done and what I'll be looking for on the trip today. This is a 22 Championship Edition. I wanted to keep it pretty stock, but there were a couple of changes I did want to make just to make it look more flat tracker. So the first thing I did was take away the big Mickey Mouse ears and put these Motogadget mo.view glassless mirrors on. When I removed the mirrors, I didn't put the bar ends back on. Obviously not a natural fit, and I'd have to machine something in there. Bit worried about vibration, but I was never a big fan of the original grips. So I have gone with these ODI Vans grips, so going to test these on a longer ride today. I did put the ProTaper Rally foot pegs on. I thought this would give me better ergonomics when riding the bike, but I may go back to the factory foot pegs. Other things I did to tidy it up, obviously the S&S pipe, because if you want it to look like a flat tracker, you got to go that. I also cleaned up the turn signals or indicators with these Motoism units on the front and on the back. And finally got rid of the ugly possum scraper rear tag holder to clean up that back end totally with a Tosh undertail plate. Nothing new in here, but Daytona's probably about 75 miles away, so we'll be doing about 150 miles today. That's not a big day. Plenty of people have done this. I know one of the Indian ambassadors, I forget his name, but I'll pop it up here. He's done over 100,000 miles on an FTR, which I just think is freaking awesome. So nothing new in that, but I am 6'3". I'm used to riding baggers. Can I ride the FTR for an extended period? We're going to take the cruisy way up to Daytona. It's about a 2-hour ride up the coast, so we might get some footage on the way up there. Yeah, we'll just see. How does the bike go? How do the mods go? Come along. Okay, so kind of as promised, we've returned the FTR to the circuit. Here we are up at Daytona International Speedway, home of the Daytona 200, of course the Daytona 500 and the Coke 400. So pretty cool place to come, and pretty intimidating when you're here. You won't capture this so well on film. How did the bike go on the Shakedown? Really well, really well. Very happy with the mods I've made on this one. These mirrors are really strong. They do vibrate without the bar end weights, up around 5,000 RPM or so. But you can still see what's behind you. You wouldn't be able to make out, is that white charger a police charger or a sheriff's charger or just a regular charger? But you'll see what's there. So I mean, they're safe and they're clear, but without the bar and weights they do vibrate. The grips were awesome. Two things that I'd look for on grips, and I certainly say rip out the factory grips for sure. One is they're thicker across the middle here, so you actually get a better feel in your hand, and then second, obviously more padding, so there's less vibration coming through those. My arms were sort of a little bit vibraty when I got here. We rode probably on the bikes for about 2 hours straight, and we've done about 80 miles, I guess, to get here. So, you know, we're coming in close to when you would normally fill up on an FTR anyway. Arms vibrated a little, but probably like they did with the factory grips and the bar end weights. So I think that if you could rig up putting bar end weights in, you know, you'd certainly improve all round with these grips and from factory. So it was a good purchase, and I'm really happy with the way the grips and the mirrors came together, and you know, certainly looks the part of a flat tracker with those lights as well, more so. Other things didn't get pulled up yet, touch wood, by anyone for the way the license plate is. It's tucked up right under there. It is straight, so it's what the law in Florida states, that plate should be vertical, which is a little bit off vertical, but it's certainly clearly seen. So we'll see how we go there. It just doesn't have a light, the Tosh one, so we'll see over time and how much I ride at night whether that becomes an issue. But the lights all around worked really well. The only thing I'd probably just say I might look at a bit more is this peg setup. Being 6'3", having the ProTaper rally pegs a bit flatter, I probably do need that lean with the mid controls there that the factory pegs gave me. So I don't know if anyone's got any ideas on a taller rider with the pegs. I know the Gillies tooling would obviously be the best way to go, but it's pretty expensive setup, so something I might look at over time. The other thing I should mention is I just tidied up the chain guard a little with this part here from, is it Wunderkind, another German company. Like the lights came in from Motoism. It's a two-piece section, this piece here, this piece here. There's brackets behind it, sort of, obviously it's one screw on each, but there's clamps that do hook onto the bike and keep it neat. I had the chain off for a while and I thought that looked, again, much cleaner. But I saw these, and I was always a little bit, the bracket that sat under here looked a little bit odd to me, so it's the reason I pulled that off. But yeah, apart from that, the bike's looking good, so very happy with the overall effect and the performance. And to answer the question, yeah, look, you know, we're gonna do another 100 or so miles today. Loving the FTR, ton of fun.